Welcome to Bold and the Beautiful 65 Spoilers. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and comment for more videos like this one.
Okay, let's talk about this because this one actually made me pause and go, wait, are we really doing this? In a good way. Darin Brooks has been making just enough noise to get fans buzzing again. In a recent interview, when asked about a possible return to the Bold and the Beautiful, he didn't shut it down. He didn't laugh it off. He didn't say, never. Instead, he gave that very classic soap actor tease. We'll see, there could be something coming up. And honestly? That's the kind of answer that usually means conversations are happening behind the scenes. Now, Wyatt Spencer has been gone for years. His last real storyline had him engaged to Flo Fulton, and the two of them just quietly disappeared from the canvas. No big goodbye, no dramatic exit, just gone. And let's be real, the fact that Wyatt didn't even show up for Liam's wedding in December raised eyebrows. That's his brother. In soap world, that kind of absence almost feels intentional, like the show was keeping the door open instead of fully closing it. Here's where things get interesting. Spoilers and fan chatter are swirling that if Wyatt does come back, he might not just be popping in for a family visit, he could be stepping straight into a romantic storyline. And the name being floated? Ivy Forrester. Now, I actually don't hate this idea. Ivy is suddenly back in the mix, getting real screen time again thanks to the Will/Ms. Still in Chaos. She's no longer just standing in the background, she's observing, confronting, reacting. She's positioned perfectly as someone who could pivot into her own story instead of just being a witness to someone else's mess. And let's not forget, Ivy and Wyatt have history. They dated in the past, and it wasn't insignificant. There was chemistry there. There was drama there. It wasn't some throwaway pairing. If the show wanted a believable, organic romance that doesn't feel forced, this actually checks a lot of boxes. I'll say this. Bringing Wyatt back now makes more sense than it would have a year ago. Liam is stuck in the same emotional loop, Will is drowning in scandal, and the Spencer side could really use a character who brings levity but can still get serious when needed. Wyatt always filled that role perfectly. And pairing him with Ivy? That gives both characters a refresh. Ivy gets a storyline that isn't just reactive, and Wyatt gets a return that actually matters. Of course, none of this is confirmed yet. This could still be nothing more than teasing and wishful thinking. But in soapland, when an actor says, "We'll see," instead of, "No plans," I pay attention. So I'm curious what everyone else thinks. Would you want Wyatt back? And more importantly, would you be here for a Wyatt and Ivy reunion? Or does that feel like reopening an old chapter that should stay closed? Because honestly, I kind of think this could work. And here's where I think this possible Wyatt return could get even smarter: business. If Wyatt does come back, I don't see it being just about romance. Not this time. Wyatt has always been the Spencer who understands branding, deals, optics, and persuasion. He's not the ruthless shark like Bill, and he's not emotionally messy like Liam. He's the smooth talker. The closer. The guy who knows how to sell a story. So if Bill and Katie's new fashion house is really ramping up and positioning itself as a serious rival to Forrester Creations, bringing Wyatt in on the marketing and promotion side makes a ton of sense. I can actually picture it already: Bill wanting brute force dominance, Katie wanting integrity and control, and Wyatt stepping in as the middle ground. He knows how to pitch without burning bridges. He knows the fashion world. And let's be honest, he knows how Forrester operates because he's been circling that family his entire adult life. And imagine the layers this adds. Wyatt working closely with Katie would immediately rattle Brooke. Especially after everything going on with loyalty lines being drawn, secrets being kept, and Brooke already feeling like Katie has crossed into enemy territory. Wyatt showing up, confidently helping Katie build something successful? That's gasoline on an already burning fire. Plus, if Ivy is involved, whether romantically or professionally, it gets even messier in the best soap way. Ivy's a Forrester by blood and legacy, yet she'd be standing next to Wyatt helping promote a competing fashion house. That's not just personal drama, that's corporate betrayal territory, and this show loves that. I also think Wyatt could act as a stabilizing force for Bill. Bill listens to Wyatt in a way he doesn't listen to anyone else. If Bill starts getting reckless trying to crush Forrester, Wyatt could be the one reminding him. Winning doesn't always mean destroying. And that alone could shift the entire power dynamic of this rivalry. What I really like about this idea is that it gives Wyatt a purposeful return. Not a cameo. Not nostalgia bait. An actual role in a growing storyline that connects business, family, and romance all at once. If the writers are smart, and that's always a gamble, this could be one of those returns that feels natural instead of forced. So the big question is, would you rather see Wyatt come back as a love interest first? Or as a power player helping build Katie's fashion house from the ground up? Because if you asked me, doing both is exactly the kind of chaos the bold and the beautiful thrives on.